Hello everyone, here at OS Reviews. You're watching our hands-on review of the BASN Bsinger+PRO. These are in-ear monitors which retail for under $50, currently on sale for around $45, making them pretty competitive for what's advertised as audiophile grade in-ear monitors that can also be suitable for artists and singers and performers at concerts. So they fit more snugly into your ears compared to a regular design such as these. This is the Ebony Plus Pro, which we also did a review on a few months ago, also from BASN, and they sell for about the same price. These have, of course, a more conventional look to them, so depending on what you want to do, whether you want to do sports, a lot more movement, then again the monitors, which have a more custom shape, perhaps will be a better choice. Now they also do have dual drivers, so that can pack a bit more punch in terms of having one dedicated to bass and one for mids and highs. They are noise isolating, supposedly high definition when it comes to sound, and they have interchangeable MMCX cables, so they can be removed, kind of like a modular design. So if the cable fries or breaks down, you can still replace it without having to throw out the entire headphones. Just like the Ebony Plus Pro, which we saw a few months back, we have a lot of accessories included for the cost, including a customized hardshell carrying case, which is pretty fancy, protects it from being damaged when it's on the road, including some wipes just to clean it off with the tips to prevent lint from being accumulated on the tips, and there's also an adapter for using it on flights and airplanes. There's also some silicone tips to get a more custom fit, a clip, so you can clamp it onto your shirt if you're jogging or moving around. Here's the user manual. It's documented actually in full color and tells you a bit more information about the specification. So it is pretty impressive in terms of how it's put together, a lot of attention to detail here. There are additional spare ear tips and accessories that you can buy, which are made out of foam for a more secure fit, as well as some of their other models on the market. Here we have the cable, which is the MMCX cable. It's gold-plated. It's also a braided material, which prevents it from getting fried as easily. And the part that connects into the ear tips also has a acrylic memory wire, so it will remember the shape that it was bent to, so that when you put it over your ears, it stays in that one spot without moving or dangling around. The cable here also does have an inline remote, so you can use it to answer and reject phone calls on Android and iOS, and you can also tap on this to play and pause your music. Over here we also have a second MMCX cable, so it's nice that they give you two in the box as an added bonus. If one breaks, you can switch over to the other one, and this one here does not have the inline remote, so that's the only difference between this one. Closer look at the in-ear monitors themselves. They again are pretty attractive looking just because they are transparent. We can see the circuitry and the wires underneath, which is very cool. It has almost a throwback retro vibe to them. I definitely like the color and the design going on here. We have the intricate logos for the manufacturer. Moving to sound quality and performance, I was pleased with the Bsinger+PRO. They had more bass than I was expecting, so you can definitely hear the thump in the lower frequencies if you're listening to EDM music or watching thrillers and big orchestral soundtracks. When it comes to mids and highs, it also sounds fairly clean without too much distortion. There can still be occasionally a little bit of noise if you play and pause the track very frequently and listen very closely, so it's not going to be as crystal clear as some more expensive headsets on the market, but in general it works quite well. The built-in mic also did a good job of picking up my voice when I was testing it out with a phone call earlier, but it's not noise cancelling, so in louder environments it definitely will struggle a little bit more. As far as the memory wire is concerned, I found it to be actually very comfortable, so it stayed in place really well because of the ergonomic shape combined with this bendable wire on the back of your ear, so it didn't fall out at all even when I was jogging outdoors and moving around. So it was a nice fit and a nice seal overall. Definitely very noise isolating despite not being an active noise cancelling pair of earphones. Like most wired earphones, you still get a little bit of noise from the wire as it bounces off your shirt as you're moving, so there is a little bit of sound produced by that. However, in general, it still sounds very good, and compared to, let's say, a wireless Bluetooth pair of headsets, you still have, I would say, slightly better audio quality with something like these in-ear monitors. It just has more depth to the sound, especially with the bass, because of the dual driver setup, and mids and highs are still a little bit cleaner and richer compared to these, which are still very great earbuds, but more meant for casual listening. Also with the style, it doesn't stay in your ear quite as well compared to these, in my opinion. So overall, I definitely prefer these slightly more when it comes to personal style as well as sound quality out of the two. So you can check out more details about these in the links down below. If you're planning to upgrade to a slightly better pair of earbuds and you want a wired design, I definitely think that these should be on your list to consider. You can check out more details again, but for now, that's been our hands-on first impressions review of the Bsinger+PRO.